Hello guys, welcome to another FU Money. I hope everything is okay with the sound and video and everyone is just getting into the stream. Let's see if everything is going fine with the live stream here. I see people on the chat. I see the stream in perfect conditions. All the feedback from YouTube is okay, so I guess you guys are hearing me very well, and people are joining already. That's good. Let's see if the background sound is okay. Is the background music okay for you guys at this sound level? Yes, no, great, fantastic. Here we are again for a new live stream this week. Good. Let's see the messages. Hello, Bruno, and hello, Black Horse. I guess Black Horse is the first time he's watching the stream. Be very welcome. Let's see. Hi, Humberto, OG of the channel. Oh, you are traveling to Lisbon today. That's good. Visiting the homeland. And Brasileiro Loco. E aí? Welcome, welcome. And of course, Thiago is here. I hope you recovered from last night beers. And Firmino. Umberto wants to hear the official team of the football team Sporting. I guess I can't. I bet they have the rights for that song, so if I put it on YouTube, this will be... I will have to cut the sound, so... Hey, we have someone from Switzerland. I guess you are a Portuguese guy, Daniel Pereira, but you live in Switzerland. Be very welcome here on the stream, and I hope you enjoy today. Let's see. Guys, share the link to this stream on your social networks. Put it on Twitter, Facebook. You know, message your friends to come here. Let's try to beat the average number of viewers at the same time that we usually always have, which is roughly 27-30 people at the same time. Let's try to break that today. Let's bring some more people here. I know a lot of people watch the stream after the stream is recorded. Usually on Sundays when there's almost nothing to see on YouTube, and people get to watch the stream that we are recording right now at this moment. They love to see it on Sundays, but it's also great when we have interaction with more people during the live stream. So let's bring some more people here. And get that YouTube algorithm crazy with gently touching the like button. You guys know the drill already. So let's try to do it today to break that 30 people at the same time watching the stream. Felipe Guerreiro, we are going to get to 1000k. So is this about the live stream viewers or the price of Bitcoin? Any of those options would be great. I guess we have also someone new to the stream, Argus Odisseia. Good afternoon and hugs from Oeiras. That's very close to Lisbon. Welcome to the stream. Let's see. Alexander is also here already. So we already have a few people. I'm always dropping the pen. Let's see. So Alexander is here today. Great. Welcome back. And yeah, that's the first time. So, you know, this is still at the point where I still can remember who gets into the stream live and who just watches it afterwards. And I remember I never saw your name here. So when we get 5,000 people watching the stream live, I will not be able to remember anymore. So I'm glad we are still a tight group here and I can remember almost everyone. And Paulo. Welcome, Paulo. I love that picture when you know, rolling your mustache there. That's a great one. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Odivelas is quite close to that place. So, to São Domingos de Rana. I guess so. I guess you are referring to that, right? Hi from Japan. Wow. I guess this is the most distant country that we have someone watching the stream. Very, very nice to see that we already have people in Japan. Wow, I guess the longest distance to Portugal, where I am based, of course, in Europe, the longest distance so far had been Chile in South America. I guess Japan is much more of a distance from here. So be very welcome, Lopez Hiraguchi, I guess. I'm sorry if I can't pronounce your name correctly, but I guess it's something like that. So be very welcome on the stream. And that's it, guys. Let's roll. Let's start the show. Let's start the podcast. I really enjoy having you all here. You see, we are becoming much more international than before. People from Chile, from Japan, from different countries in the world. I really like that. And I hope you have a good time today. Let's see what the charts reserve for us. And let's have you guys also asking questions all the time. That's why I'm here today, live streaming. So I hope you post your questions and let's try to get a dialogue here. So let's see. Any more messages? Yeah, definitely we should have a meeting someday. Of course, that, for people in Japan, I'm sure it will be very difficult if they want to gather with us, unless we start to take this show internationally someday. And this gets so big that we can even, like Tone Vase goes to different countries. Probably I would be able to do that, but we need a lot more subscribers, of course, and people supporting the channel. So I could do that, but that's a very good idea. But I guess for the first meetings, we would gather in Portugal, I guess. Probably in Lisbon, where everyone can, from different parts of the country. It's right in the middle, so it would be easier for anyone to join us there. But I'm sure that if someday we will be as big as Tone Vase podcast, I will be able to travel to also different countries and probably meet some other people there. That would be amazing. And let's try to do that. Let's see how many years it takes to do that. Probably 1, maybe 2 years to get to those levels. We will see. And for now, let's see. Let me just hide that for now. I am very pleased to see someone from Japan. That's amazing. It's so distant from here. That's actually a country I would love to visit someday, even on a personal basis, not even related to the channel. I would love to visit Japan. I always love the culture and what I see on TV many times. So I bet it's an amazing country there. So let's see. I've been to South America, by the way, not just talking about Japan, of course. We have some people from Chile sometimes here. Javiera actually also sent us an idea for yesterday's video, and this was the pattern that I discussed with you guys on yesterday's video that was recorded. I've been living in South America a few years ago. I was living there for 1.5 years in Brazil. I didn't have the chance to visit Chile. However, that's also a very nice and beautiful part of the world. So I hope one day I can come back also to South America and just spend some holidays there, maybe revisiting some friends I made there while I was living in Brazil. So let's see how the future will turn out to be. But for now guys, we have a podcast to start. So let's see here. Let me just leave the messages here on screen. Let's see if we have, so Argus is asking, can we also SC? I guess you also want to check some charts about SC on Cardano network. Smart contracts, I guess. I don't, so I guess you want me to check Cardano's charts. Let's see if we have the time. But as you guys know, I usually only check Bitcoins and sometimes Ethereum. But let's see how that goes. I'm really happy to see you guys here today. So many people today. We are almost breaking the 30. So guys, please share the link to the stream on your social networks. Call your friends to come here, send them messages, and let's try to get the stream pumping today. At least something will pump. Even, you know, the number of people on this stream today, if not Bitcoin, Bitcoin is not pumping today, but at least we can pump something. So let's try. Hey, we have 30 playbacks. Okay, one more and we beat that. That's amazing to see so many people today. Thank you guys for joining, and let's get started. I usually just take a few minutes when I start the stream just to get more people here. And let's see what we have here. So you guys know the drill. If you want to ask me questions, please write my name on the chat box, preceded by @ the email symbol, and this will highlight my name, and it will be easier for me to distinguish the questions from regular chat, so we can make it more you know, efficient, and it takes less time to address your questions, of course. So every time you want to ask me a question, please precede it with an email symbol, @ my name, and then the question just following that. Okay, thank you very much guys, and please just queue up your questions so I can, after the first charts, we can address them. So let's go to the charts. I will just remove the ticker for now, I guess, because it's a bit confusing when I'm looking at the charts. So let's see what we got here. So usually I start with the price to time model. You guys know this already. For now, I'm starting to believe that it will not be possible to have a top by the end of October, as we were discussing for a long time already. I guess the lengthening of the cycles will not allow us to have a top around the end of October, probably November, as I was, you know, in January this year. I thought that we would be able to have a top around this area. But for now, I guess it will not be as predicted. You guys know this. You love when I say that. So if that happens, if we get out of the square and we start to go up and form a top in a different area, or probably already in 2022, I will be the first one to say, well, the price to time model was not as accurate as I thought it would be. But in any case, it's been great fun to analyze Bitcoin price action here, comparing to different cycles. And I'm just going to zoom in so you guys can see it better. It's always great to have this kind of model where you can compare it to previous cycles. So the blue line here is the candle pattern of the 2013 bull cycle. The yellow candle pattern here is the bull cycle of 2017. And the green and red bars are, of course, the current cycle where we are right now. And we have been being supported by... Don't forget, guys, this price to time model is always analyzed in a logarithmic chart, because it contains the complete history of Bitcoin since 2010, or maybe probably a bit before that. Not from day one, of course, but very, very long Bitcoin history. So that's why I use the logarithmic chart, so we can see the, you know, the cycles in a proper way, instead of just seeing small bumps and then a big volcano there in 2021. So that's why I use the logarithmic chart here. And of course, the moving averages are also following the logarithmic chart. So this is the 20 period SMA, the 20 weeks simple moving average, but on a logarithmic chart, it's already pointing up as opposed to the simple moving average of the linear charts, which is still going down. So just not to confuse you guys, that's why the moving averages on the price to time model are a bit different from the ones on the next charts that you will see. That's because on this one, it's a logarithmic chart. So right now we have Bitcoin price coming down here. This week has been on the red the entire week. We started the week by going down, and we are now being supported around the 20 period SMA, the green line on screen. The 200 period continues to go up though, so that's also a good sign. Actually, this last part of the 200 is actually increasing a bit the steepness of the curve, so it's a bit more to the upside than it was here. Here it was curving down, and then it continued to increase the steepness to the upside here. So that's also a good sign because of this reversal of the price action around the 28.8K. So that was a great moment for Bitcoin when we were able to reverse the price action here. However, the price to time model tries to predict when the next stop will occur, and probably we will not do it around this area as we wanted, but we will still continue the bull market. There are no signs whatsoever that any bear market has started, and we will see it just a bit further in time in this live stream. The RSI has now reversed, so it's now pointing down here. Also not a very good sign. However, if we are able to support the RSI, even if it continues to go down, if we are able to not cross to the downside, this orange dashed line here, it means that we are above the 75% correction of mid-cycle 2013, which is very, very good. So regarding the price to time model, there is nothing else we can say. We just have to wait right now and see the developments of this price action and see if it goes out of the square and where it will form a new top. So of course you guys know that the prediction or the price level that I would love to see would be around at least 200K for this year, but probably we will not be able to do that anymore. So let's see how that goes. Okay guys, that's the price to time model, and I see already a question. So let's go here and sorry, not this. Mentions. Okay, so we have a question here from Paulo. Can you please talk a little about your custom config of the Fibonacci retracement tool? You mentioned that in a video a couple of days ago. Yes, so I guess you are referring to this. I guess you are referring to this Fibonacci tool here, which I have two configurations, but actually that's a very good question. I always forget to explain to people how I configure my Fibonacci retracement tool, but I will just, as we are right now on this chart, I will of course explain it, and that's good because this is the chart I was going to move to. So very, very good question, and I will explain it to you guys. So usually, let me explain just a small introduction using this chart here, and I will just put it on the daily chart on the Pro Indicators framework. So you guys know that already. One of my strategies is the Pro framework, and I usually use the strategy of the first range boundary, second range boundary, and probably third range boundary. Let's see if this continues to the upside or not. But for now, it's probable that this will be a third range boundary here. It's already forming, so let's see. So the point is that anything between a top and a retracement is a Fibonacci retracement, where you can at least see the levels where you are going to be. But so this is just a small introduction for you guys to understand how I use the Fibonacci retracement tool. Of course, if I wanted to calculate where the probability of a reversal on this, this leg up that started around the 28,000 to around 52,000, something like that, I guess, 52.5, I guess. So if you guys wanted to make the calculations where this top would be, sorry guys, you would use the Fibonacci retracement tool from this top to this bottom, and that will give you the levels where the Fibonacci lines will be, and probably this area will be on a Fibonacci level. But this is just to introduce it to you. Let's go to the total market cap, where I already have my Fibonacci. So you guys know that exactly as I explained before, this is the start of the Fibonacci retracement tool. This is the second point, and then it will give you this area in between. And how do I do that? So I have two different configurations for my Fibonacci. I have the standard levels and I have the green-red levels, which is something I learned from Phil, you know, the guy that created the Pro Indicators framework, and he's also my mentor. I love to learn from that guy. He knows a lot. And this is an idea I took from him, and it actually helps me a lot to understand the chart. So if I were to use the standard levels, of course, these are the standard levels. You don't see the green and the red levels on the chart, but you see the Fibonacci levels here, and you know, it doesn't help me very much. So the difference between using this, the standard levels configuration, or using my own configuration is that I only care about when the price action goes below a certain level or above a certain level, because everything in between is the dump zone. And that's part of the Pro Framework strategy. So let me just, we already seen your question, so I will continue to explain, but let me just remove the question from the screen so that we can see it better. Okay, so this is the total market cap. I also use it to analyze the charts, not just Bitcoin chart. This one is very useful because it contains all the price action from all the coins. So this is very useful if you want to get a feeling of the total market and how this is going. So this is the standard levels, but I don't care about these levels in the middle. This is the 0.5, which actually it's not a Fibonacci level, but it, many people still use it just to have a sense where the 50% line is. So if you have this kind of drop and then you start to go up and you have a reversal of the price action, what you usually do is you start your Fibonacci retracement on top, you bring it the second point to the bottom, and then it will give you the intermediate levels of the Fibonacci retracement, and probably you will be able to see where the movement of the reversal will stop or have some resistance lines. So that's the purpose of the Fibonacci retracement tool. However, if you use it like this, it doesn't help you very much, because as you can see, there are no signs that actually there is only one, the 0.618 Fibonacci retracement, which was exactly there when we had this resistance and we came back down and then continuation to the upside. But all the other levels, if you see them, they don't actually help very much, because this one was a bit above this resistance here that also made us come back down and then continuation to the upside. But in any case, it's not exactly there. So what I've done is I transformed this into something which is more useful and more graphical to the eye, so it's easier to understand. So I just transformed it into this, and then I know, and it's much more useful, as you can see, because every time it goes above the red, it's take profit area. Every time it goes below the green, it's long entry points. So I don't care about the middle. I don't care about this area here, because this is the dump zone. I will not go long here around 50% of this retracement, because that's a gamble. That's to gamble, because at 50% of the retracement, you never know which direction the market will take. If it goes up, if it goes down. So it's a 50-50 probability, and that, in my book, it's called gambling. So if you want to get into the market with very, very good long positions, this is the point where you have to go in, below the green. And if you want to take profits and secure some gains from your capital, this is where you take the profits above the red. That's why I transformed my Fibonacci into this, because it makes much more easier for me to understand that this is a good area to go long, this is a good area to take profits. And of course, if it happens that we are on a bear market, then you use the Fibonacci retracement tool upside down, and it will put you the green on top, the red on the bottom, and then you see that you know, the take profit area will be below this one here, and the short entries will be above the green here. So it's much easier. That's the only reason why I decided to do this. And how do you do it? Well, you just go here and let me show you the settings. This is my Fibonacci configuration for the red and green levels. So basically I use the same levels as the standard tool, and then I just use these settings here. You will be able to rewind the video if you want, because this is too big for the screen, so I have to scroll down. You will not be able to see all the settings at the same time. However, these are the settings I use. Regarding the background, I use this around this level, a bit more than 50%. And, you know, I don't use the trend line. I don't use the extended lines left. I use the extended lines to the right because it prolongs this red and green to the edge of the chart. And then I use the standard levels. Of course, I remove the colors except for, let's see. Oh, so sorry, I forgot to mention, I introduced new levels, which are just 10 units above this one and 10 units below this one. So basically I'm using the standard level, which is 0.236, and then to have a different color, I use the 0.136, which gives me the size of the bar. And on the other side, I use 0.786, and then I created a new one, which is 0.886, which gives me also the, you know, the how wide is this color bar here. So of course you can copy my settings, and the coordinates don't matter. This is just where this starts and ends, and the visibility, I didn't change anything. So I just use the style tab to make this. And then don't forget, when you copy this and you use these levels, don't forget this level here and this level here, they don't exist as Fibonacci levels. I just use them to increase the this line, which is the actual Fibonacci level, to increase it 10 units down, and from this line, which is the actual Fibonacci here, to increase it 10 lines up, so I have the colors you see on screen. So that's it. Very, very simple. It took me some time to actually figure out how to do this, but as you have the settings here, you will be able to just copy them and test it on your own TradingView browser and start to use it the same way. Then don't forget, the last step is to come here, save as your settings, and give it a name. Of course, I gave it my name and the green red levels, and the other one standard level, so I can swap. I can swap, you know, in to this one or that one at my pleasure whenever I need one or the other. So don't forget, when you do that, you have to save it so you don't lose the settings. Okay, so that's it. Very good question from Paulo. So I explained why I use the Fibonacci retracement tool and how I use it. So basically, I like to use it to get my entry points and my take profit points. So it becomes very, very easy for me just to look here. Every time the price action goes below the green, this is a good entry for long entries in the market. Every time we go above the red, it's very, very good to take profit and secure some gains. That's it makes my life easier, so that's why I use this. Okay guys, so I hope you enjoyed the answer. And that's sometimes people ask me, what's that red and green on your screen and stuff, and then I always forget to explain how I do it and why I do it. The why is much more important than how, because it simplifies your life and gives you the right entry points. Okay, so that's it. As you guys know, so I was going to talk about this chart, but I guess I already said too many things about it. Because I was actually going to say that when we were up here, I got this red triangle, and this was the sell signal, of course, just before this big drop that we had. So I knew that something was going to happen. That's when I recorded that video when I said we were going to 43,000, almost for sure, because this was one of the levels that I saw actually here. And this was also because last Saturday on the previous live stream, Marco Serpa also asked me, so in the total market cap, if we have a big retracement, where are the support levels? So these are the two green lines I plotted here, and they are almost, this one is almost 50% of the Fibonacci retracement tool, which is exactly this resistance line here and the support line here and here. And also here, it was very, very good support, so I decided to plot this line. Of course, in the Bitcoin chart, this translates to 43,000 to 42,000. And actually it happened. We went exactly as predicted to that line of support over there. It was very, very, I was very glad to at least to give you guys nice levels of support where you knew that the retracement would stop. Now we have to see if we have a continuation to the downside here, retest the support again, or if we are continuing to go up. So let's see how that goes. But for now, this is a third range boundary for me. In my opinion, this will be probably a third range boundary. So let's see how that goes. So that's the the outlook for the total market cap. The dominance continues to be going down, but being held by the support, as I said before, also in many videos. The minimum level I believe that we could go to is around 37%. This is where the bottom of the trend channel is at the moment. It's very, very probable that we could go there in a fast, volatile move and then come back to the upside. As you guys know, historically, Bitcoin has only been below the 37. Let's see, below 39. So below 39, we have only been once. And this was around 2018, in the beginning of the year. That was the only time that Bitcoin was below 39% of Bitcoin dominance. So right now, I don't believe it will be easy for the dominance to be below that area. However, the probability tells me that it's possible to visit 37% and then find a bottom there. Actually, this would be already a second bottom because we have already one here around May, and then we are now at the same levels of May, around now 40%, but we were already around 39.5. So it's very, very possible that we have a double bottom here, and we will find support soon with a reversal to the upside in dominance. That means that if you have shitcoins, of course, you should exchange them for Bitcoin if this reverses the dominance here and Bitcoin starts to go up in dominance. Of course, you will lose money if you continue to hold the shitcoins, but if you transform the shitcoins into Bitcoin when we have a reversal, then you will make more money on arbitrage between the shitcoins and Bitcoin. So that's a very interesting approach to trading. I really like this approach to trading because it it makes the risk go down instead of using the big volatility between the dollar and Bitcoin and vice versa. If you arbitrage between different coins, if Bitcoin goes down, all of them go down. So you minimize the risk of volatility. And this is a very important message I wanted to pass today. When the market is very, very volatile in the pair Bitcoin USD, you can minimize that risk by arbitraging between Bitcoin and other shitcoins because they all go down at the same time. So the volatility is not so high as compared to Bitcoin versus the dollar. And this is a very good way to trade, minimizing your risks. So this is an important message that I wanted to pass on to you guys today also because I do it. I minimize my risks when the dollar is very, very volatile against the Bitcoin, and by exchanging, Ethereum to Bitcoin and vice versa. So as I know that they both will go down at the same time, I just limit my risks. That's very interesting. Okay, so that's the Bitcoin dominance chart, and let's put it on the MRI strategy right now before we go to the Pro framework. But before that, let me take another look at the chat and see if you guys have any questions. This is the time, you guys know already. Just, mention my name and I will see the questions there. So in between charts, that's the perfect timing if you want me to answer any questions. So I'm looking at the chart right now and let's see. There's only Paul's questions here, so I guess no one is asking me anything, or everyone is sleeping already with my monologue here. But, you know, let's see who else is, you know, trying to ask me anything. So let's see here. Mentions. No, I have only one mention. So that's it. So let's continue. Let's see what Bitcoin is doing right now. So thank you, Paulo, for your very interesting question. And it took me like 10 minutes of the stream to explain it, but I don't care. I care only that people get good information, and if I can pass it on to you, that's the most important thing. Okay. So MRI chart, weekly chart, we are now reversing the count. So we were having this 1 to 9 candle move up, and finally we retraced here, and this was a lot, of course. This was the exact point where I wanted to show you guys something here on this chart. This is one of the most important bullish signs that I've seen so far since the retracement started around here. We never touched, and guys, remember I was explaining about the logarithmic chart at the beginning of the stream. So now we are on a linear chart, and this is the simple moving average, the same moving average, the weekly simple moving average, but on a linear chart. And as you guys can see, this is still pointing a bit down. So it's not the same as the other because this is on a linear chart. So, but the important thing I wanted to show you guys here is that even after this big retracement, which was around 19% of the top price we did not touch the 20-week moving average. This is extremely bullish. We did not even touch it, you know, so I was expecting that we could even cross the 20-period SMA here and then make a fast recovery to the upside, but we did not even touch it. This is really important. We have to maintain the price action above the 20-period SMA on the weekly chart if we want to remain bullish. So as long as this does not cross to the downside here, that's a bullish sign. And this is the important thing I wanted to show you guys. Also, another thing I wanted to show you, sorry, let me zoom in again. These are the points, the prediction points of the moving average. This is done by the indicator itself, it's not by me. So as you guys can see, the dots are still going down, but as soon as we replace these two candles here, sorry, I have to zoom out a bit. When we replace these two candles on the 20-week SMA, you will see the dots going back up again. And as you guys can see, the third dot already is starting to point up. So it's going sideways, actually. But it's showing the signs that when we replace those two big weekly candles of the 56% retracement we had in May, the 20-week SMA will start to point up. And another bullish sign can occur if we don't cross the 50-period SMA to the downside. So if these two lines don't cross over each other, that's also a very bullish sign. They could at least almost touch each other in 3 or 4 weeks, or even going parallel here. And then if we maintain the price going up, the 20-period SMA will not cross to the downside of the 50-period SMA. So there are two incredible bullish signs here. If we are able to maintain the price action above the 20-period, and if these two moving averages don't cross over each other, that's very, very bullish in my book. So, regarding this chart, we still have the RSI going down because of the current week, but we are now getting very close to the trend line I have here on my RSI, which has been supporting the price action for a long time already. And the MACD was also going to flip bullish, but however, this is now going sideways. The blue and orange lines are extremely parallel. So this is just going sideways, completely neutral. There's nothing to see here. The MACD just turned bullish, but then it went sideways. So actually, I'm expecting a bit more of downside, at least 1 or 2 more weeks, as the rules of the indicator state that when we have a reversal of the price action, and this was not an, this was becoming an 8, and then the next week was a 9, but we started the reversal sooner than the 9, and the rules say that probably we will have a 1 to 4 candle correction. So this might be 2 weeks, 3 weeks, or 4 weeks of downside, but I'm not expecting very much of downside price-wise. I'm expecting a bit more of sideways here, probably some sideways, just making this curve here and then reversing to the upside again probably. So I'm expecting a few more weeks of red candles, but nothing really big unless we break the support around the $42,000. That support, we have to maintain it. It's exactly at the same level as the 20 period SMA, and that's a very important level to maintain. So let's see how that goes. Of course, this first candle was very volatile. It went really low, but I'm not expecting the same kind of size for the next candles. If we continue to go on the red for at least 1 or 2 more weeks, this could be a 1 to 4 candle correction, support, support, and support here from these levels, the first resistance of the bull cycle, and we could be catapulted to the upside again. So that's what I expect on a bullish market, a bull cycle like this. I'm expecting support, really strong support from the 20, the 50, and the support of the resistance here that became support also. I'm expecting this to become a 1 to 4 candle correction, but then continue to the upside. If this doesn't happen, then we probably will have some big problems down the road, but then we will have to evaluate them. The most important thing right now is that you have to take a look, you have to focus on the weekly candles close. The weekly candles close will be the defining moment of this retracement here, and if we can maintain them above this big support level that goes right now goes from 38,000 to 42,000. If this support level can hold, then the weekly closes will not go below this support level and probably will start to make a U-turn here going back to the upside. Something like the monthly chart. So let me just give you a glimpse of the, sorry, what happened here? So monthly, okay, so something like that. This is what I'm expecting to happen on the weekly chart. Of course, we don't have the same levels of support here and we don't have the same moving averages, but this is what I'm expecting to happen. Something like a U-turn, not a V-shape recovery, but something like a rounded bottom here to go to the upside. That's what I want to see on the weekly chart from now. I don't mind having 1 or 2 more red candles as long as this support level is not broken and we go to the upside again. So that's my that's what I want to see. That's the bullish case. Of course, if the 42,000 support level doesn't support the price action, then we have bigger problems. Okay, let's take a look at the daily chart. I don't see any questions, so I will just continue, guys. If you want to ask me questions, please mention my name and I will, of course, put your question on the screen and try to answer the best as I can. So let's continue here. Oh, I see some more people joining. Hey, Paulo. My good friend Paulo is here, so let me just, of course, he has been a bit away from the stream, but he's back. I'm glad to have you here today again, so be very welcome and I hope you enjoy the stream today. Okay. So let's take a look at the daily chart. The daily chart is now being supported by the 50 period SMA, the yellow line on the daily chart. Here we are on a red 5 of 9. We have been resetting the count since this big drop we had here, which was 19% from the top to the bottom of the week. And this was exactly at the level that we defined a few videos before, around 42,800. But now we are actually supporting the price. I was expecting this sell sign to take it lower. I was actually expecting we tested the 40,000 or 41,000 support level here. We had a sell signal. You see the red star. We had a sell signal here. We were going below the 50 already, and I thought, wow, this is going to test the 40 to 41,000 support, which is exactly in the middle of that support I just discussed on the weekly chart, which goes from 38 to 42. So I thought we were going to retest the same level here around this, the point, the tip of the wick here, or even a bit below. And in an extreme case, we could have an extreme case where on the daily chart, we could see the price going to the support of the 100 period SMA, which is the red line. And that would take us around $39,800, almost $40,000. And guys, don't quote me on this, but this is still on the table, by the way. We still have a slight probability that we could revisit the 40K and find finally support here, like a V-shaped recovery again, and then reverse to the upside. I don't mind having that if this is just a few days in the middle of the week, because then the weekly close, which is what matters, the weekly close will be always above the $42,000 level of support. And that's what you guys have to focus on. If you look at the, here on the RSI, look at the trend line. I had this trend line for weeks already, and we went down here, and the RSI found support exactly on top of the trend line. Well, I love to show this kind of stuff when people tell me that TA is just voodoo and black magic and, crystal balls and stuff like that. But, TA is not an exact science, but it's exact to the point that it gives you probabilities that you can follow. So don't tell me that I plotted this line weeks ago, and then the RSI goes to that line, finds support, and goes back up. So if we reverse the price action here, around these levels of the 50-period SMA, and now we continue to go to the upside from this point on, don't tell me that trend lines and resistances and supports don't work, because that's a joke when people say that. So, as Alessio Rastani usually says, that fundamentals are just schmundamentals and stupid stuff like that. But he's a 100% pure chartist. He doesn't believe really much in fundamentals. He just looks at charts and trades looking at the charts. So guys, thank you for being still awake at this point on the stream. This is the MRI. I will not just continue to lower time frames because there's no point in doing that. The funding rate is not really moving. It's not really important at this moment, so we will skip the 4-hour chart. Let's try to see how the big outlook for the Pro framework is doing. So right now we continue on a bull market. We have the moving average going up like crazy. We have the reversal of the trend channel on the daily chart. We have resistance levels sending us down, but we found support around the middle of the context channel, which is the red line here. Guys, everything looks like a bull market to me. So this zigzag here, this gray zigzag, is the moving average going up. This is the point where the trend channel reversed to the upside. The red zigzag here and the green zigzag here, they both reversed to the upside, trying to keep pace with the price action. Look, the price action was many times going above the trend channel, and only here reversed, in a fury, but it never came down lower than these support levels around here where we had been in the past already. This is the famous green rectangle that I plotted before the retracement, where I said the retracement would touch, and it was really funny. We went exactly to that area there, which is on the daily chart above the 50% context line, which is this red one here. It's exactly in between the resistance context and the support context, and we had a sell signal, and there you go. 42,800, that was the retracement level. Now we have to wait and see, because this is the dump zone, as you know already. So I was explaining the Fibonacci levels. So please guys, I'm going to put the Fibonacci levels here so you guys can see it. And this is of course for people that really want to have, okay, I guess it's here. So these are the Fibonacci, the famous Uber Elite Super Fibonacci levels I have configured on my TradingView, and you guys love them. And here it is. If you wanted to go long, this was your opportunity. This was your opportunity. You don't go long here. You don't go long here. This is the middle. This is the dump zone. You don't do anything here if you want to use leverage. Please don't do anything here. You have to wait. You have to be patient. If you are, however, using the spot market, this is where you buy spot market, because you have a retracement, 20% retracement. That's a discount if you want to use the spot market, but no leverage. If you want to use leverage, this was your opportunity. If you want to take profits from leverage, this is your opportunity. Above the red, below the green. Nothing in the middle. This is no trade zone. I never get tired of saying this in my videos. If you want to use leverage, you will be liquidated entering here at the 50%. This is exactly 50% of the Fibonacci retracement tool. This is the area where no one knows what's going to happen next. I don't know if this is going down, if this is going up. No one knows. And if anyone tells you that they know we are going to be up tomorrow, they are lying to you, and you should not believe in those people. No one knows where the market is going to be when you are exactly at the middle of the Fibonacci retracement tool. And if you are using leverage, you have only the opportunity to go long below the green. You have the opportunity to take profits above the red. That's it. Okay, we can, even if you trade on a lower time frame, we can take this to a lower time frame. I'm just going to remove that from here, and I can do it again on 4-hour chart, for example, if you like to trade on a 4-hour chart. And actually, this is not a bad idea. We are exactly being supported by the 50% context line here, and the support is down here going up. So we reverse the price action here. This is still a bull market. As you guys can see, the context is going up, and it was also going up on the daily chart, despite the small reversal from the all-time high, but you saw it then. So let's see what the retracement tool tells us here. So we have there reversal. This was the bearish divergence on the price action, these green trend lines here. So let's see, 1, 2, this is a breakout here, then support again on that line. This is a completely bull market, guys. So we retraced here at the first resistance level. We broke down here, we retraced. We broke that all-time high, that last swing high there. We broke it. We made a 1-to-1 here above that level. Then we retraced back down again to the same level of resistance there, support here. We continued up. Guys, in my opinion, this is a bull market. There's no chance this is a bear market yet, unless we start to break all the support levels to the downside and we go below 38,000, then it will be a different story. But for now, this is a bull market. All the price structure here is a bull market. Okay, so let's see what the so this is not there. Let me just try to find the right points here. I can just do it again here just for you guys to see it. So this will be the inverse. Here it is, the Fibonacci retracement tool, upside down. So of course, this is the area where you take profits when you reverse the price action. This is the area, if you want to go long again, you have to wait to be below the red zone. This is the dump zone, guys. If you are on spot market, of course, this is a very good entry because it's a 20% discount here, but you get the coins, not leverage. So that's a good entry, as I did. I had a DCA down here to this point, and you guys know it because I announced it even before the retracement. But right now, there is nothing you can do if you want to use leverage. So now we have to wait to see if the price goes down, being supported around the context here, and then reverses to the upside, which I don't believe will happen so soon. Or if we reverse the price action, probably we could even retest this green rectangle here, and then continuation to the upside, unless the $42,000 to $38,000 level of support is broken, and then we have problems. Okay, then we have this last hill of support, which is now coming around the 39.5, 40,000, I would say, but the lowest part is around 37. So this is the last hill. If everything else fails, this is where we will probably go if all the supports are broken. So probabilities. I believe that if the 50%, if this 50%, which is this blue line here on the 4-hour chart, the middle of the context, holds the price and reverses the price action to the upside, that will be the biggest probability. However, if we break this and break the 42 to 38, this will be also another probability that we could revisit the 40K, and that was actually the first level of support on the first retracement from here. So we could revisit the $37.5 to $38,000 if we get down here to the support. So this is what I can see on the 4-hour. This is actually the best chart to check the Pro Indicators framework right now, is the 4-hour chart. We have a nice range, not a range, sorry. We have a nice leg up here, and the Fibonacci retracement tool here, and the retracement, yeah, 50%. Yeah, so the bigger probability for me right now, and guys, look, even on the 4-hour chart, the moving average is closing the gap. It's going to start going up. So I would say that we are in a bigger probability of reversing to the upside again here around the 50% context. Probably if we want to go down again, we should revisit the 42 and 800 again, and probably that will be the reverse of the price action to the upside. I give it a bigger probability than 50% here, and a lower probability than 50% that we revisit the 37,500 and go to the support context on the 4-hour charts on the Pro framework. So that's my analysis here. I would say that the bigger probability is to reverse from the 42 going back to the upside. Let's see how that evolves, but they are not so distant probabilities right now. I'm not talking about 80-20. I'm talking about something like 60-40 right now. I need more weekly closes to see what's going to happen. We are exactly in the middle of all the dump zones. There is no greater possibility than just a 60-40%, 55-45% of going back to the upside. I need more candle closes on the weekly chart. So that's it. And let's try to move on and see other charts. Let's see. Any more questions here? I have another question from Paulo. What's your opinion on the latest BTC flash crash, market fundamentals driven correction or market manipulation? I don't have any doubts that market fundamentals don't drive corrections unless if, you know, one fundamental, let me just put it like this. One fundamental that I believe could drive the market down close to zero is if we have a double spend tomorrow on Bitcoin. So if one of the fundamentals of Bitcoin, which is, you know, one of the most important things that Satoshi found out, was how to avoid the double spend. If that fundamental is broken, I believe that Bitcoin will go to zero. So that's one of the fundamentals that could drive the market. But, you know, unless that's a really big thing like this, like a double spend problem or a chain split or something like that, something really crazy or a big bug that would make a chain split, unless we are talking about something like this, I don't believe the fundamentals drive the market. I believe that there's much more probabilities of people using leverage to drive the market, you know, shorting, longing, whales coming together just to liquidate people using leverage and stuff like that. I believe much more in that than just, you know, simple fundamentals driving the market, unless, of course, we are talking about those big ones, the big fundamentals that actually give Bitcoin its value, which is the double spend problem, you know, the consensus. If all that is broken, then of course Bitcoin will go to zero because no one believes in Bitcoin anymore. But that's the only kind of fundamentals I believe would drive the market. The other ones, the ones that actually are in play all the time, is just whales trying to come together, trying to, you know, drive the market up and down a bit, just try to liquidate people on leverage. I guess they even have some fun doing that because they love to liquidate people. And behind this move, the last 19% drop down we had, I believe this was some whales coming together just to liquidate people and get the profits. You know, every time the market goes over leveraged, this was already becoming very over leveraged to the long side. So I guess they just drove the market and liquidated some people. That's it. That's my opinion. I was actually watching Anthony Pompliano's podcast today. I don't remember if he published today or yesterday, but I watched it today, and he was showing some on-chain analysis exactly about this, about the drop we had, the 19% drop, and we could see that there was over-leveraged already in the over-leveraged positions in the market, and that's, of course, what whales like to liquidate. So I believe this was the case. So Yeah, exactly what you just wrote after that, taking advantage of over-leveraged positions and the fact that liquidation engines on exchanges recursively feed the crash. Yeah, of course, exactly. That's, in my opinion, that's exactly what happened. So I guess just a bunch of whales came together and, you know, just slapped a few small fish out of the water, in this case, out of the markets, by liquidating them. And nothing to do with fundamentals, because, you know, there are no fundamentals to be, nothing really important about the fundamentals of Bitcoin has changed, and that's what gives it, you know, that's why people trust Bitcoin, because they know there will only be 21 million coins, there will never be a double spend problem, we will never see a chain split, you know, something like that. Like Ethereum recently had a chain split because of a bug on Get, and that was not foreseen by the guys that were, you know, coding the blockchain. So the blockchain was not prepared for that, and then we had a chain split. This kind of stuff never happens on Bitcoin because it's prepared to correct that exactly one block after if something occurs. So these kind of fundamentals, which are the really, really important ones, the foundations of Bitcoin, that would be the only fundamentals that I believe could drive the price. And in that case, they would drive the price to zero. So no one would trust Bitcoin anymore. So in that case, my answer is always market, you know, manipulation is a strong word. But when some whales come together just to liquidate some smaller fish, yeah, I guess some people can call it manipulation. I call it they are richer than me, so they can move the market, I can't. So I don't really call it manipulation. I just say it's like, it's the rules of the market. It's a free market, and if they use the money they have, then, you know, what can I do about it? I would do the same if I had the same billions they have. So, you know, I don't call it manipulation. I just call it, you know, they have more money than me, so I can't do it. Okay, let's see. So that's it for the pro indicators. Let's just take a look while you guys think about some other questions. Okay, Paulo, I see another one, but Paulo is very active today. I like it. Let me just give you guys a glimpse of how, you know, how gold and the dollar is going, and the S&P, I heard it's coming back down. So let's see just a glimpse of those charts, and then we can discuss further. So this is the dollar. The dollar has not yet become an engulfing candle this week, which is great. As you guys can see, the green line, the dotted green line, is still below the opening of the red candle. So if we are able to close the week here, I don't see this becoming an engulfing candle and not being a bullish sign for the dollar. I believe that if we close below the opening of the red, it will be a bearish case here, and it will help us to continue hoping that the dollar will go down and break the 89 support on the Dixie. So just a small glimpse of dollar, nothing really important to discuss, except we have all the moving averages converging at the same point here, just below the price action. And of course, I want to see this green candle to close below the opening of the red at 1 a.m. Monday, which will be the weekly close. Let's see gold. Gold again broke the trend line, but it's being supported at around the same levels as before, and this support level here, and this was also support here, and it was resistance here. So I guess this is a very important support level for gold, 1785. If we are able to maintain this support here, probably it will give us time to have the 100 period moving average going up. And if gold continues to go sideways, probably find support again on the 100 period SMA and bounce back to the upside. Let's see how that goes regarding the trend line. But in my opinion, gold is still bullish, although moving very, very slowly like a snail. But we are still bullish to the end of the year. I believe that the low of the year, I will continue to say that the low of the year was this level here, 1675. Let's see how that goes. But I believe this will be the lowest price of gold this year, actually 1676, and here this was 1678, and here 1681. So yeah, so this was the candle that I said would be the lowest price of gold this year, and I continue to believe that, and I continue to believe that we will reverse here to the upside, although gold moves like a snail and very, very slowly. So if you invest in gold, you better have patience here because it will take a long time to break the all-time high. So let's see how that goes with gold. S&P. So before going to the S&P, let me just see what Paulo asked here. Let's see all the mentions here. So what besides the BitMEX funding chart you use to detect that? So to detect exactly what, Paulo? Sorry, because I didn't address the question immediately, so I don't know exactly what you were asking me about. Let's give Paulo some time. Over leverage. Oh, the on-chain analysis. Okay, so you were talking about over leverage. So there are a few charts. I don't have access to them because you have to pay really high prices to get a good Glassnode level. But I was watching as I said before, today I watched the Anthony Pompliano podcast where he addressed exactly what reasons were behind this 20% or 19% drop, recent drop. And he showed on the podcast, he showed some leverage levels that you can actually go to Glassnode and check them if you have a really good level. I guess, I don't remember the name of the levels, but it's not the first one, it's the second one. So if you have a subscription to Glassnode and you pay them a lot of money, you have access to this kind of stuff. And of course, I watched it on his podcast because he has it, of course. But I don't, so I cannot show it now on screen. But I saw the levels of leverage increasing a lot since the previous, 56% retracement in May. And it started to go up again in June and July. And you can see actually the leverage increasing until the point that we had this retracement of 19% again. So every time the market gets over leverage, the whales love to just liquidate everyone and take the profits. So this is a good warning, but of course you have to pay for that if you want to subscribe to Glassnode. I guess it's the T2 level or T3 level that at least the T2 level will give you access to some of that, those charts. But I don't have those levels on Glassnode. I have only the free one for now. When I get rich as Anthony Pompliano, then I will get the other levels, but not for now, of course. Okay, so that's the answer to your question. So let's see here. The S&P finally showing some signs of going down. And this is just before the weekend. So I would be careful here. If you have some positions on the S&P, I would be careful. I would not go into the weekend with a big percentage of my, my positions still on the market. However, I believe that something really big is happening soon, and probably we will have a correction in the markets, traditional markets. So beware of that, guys. This entire move here since the COVID crash is, in my opinion, very, very synthetic, because a lot of money going into the markets is, of course, the trillions the Fed is printing. I don't believe that this was all organic here, and something big could be happening soon, so be careful. Watch your positions, take care of them during the weekends. I would not leave them there. Anyway, you guys know the drill, so I'm not giving financial advice. I'm just telling you guys to be careful here, because something big in the markets could be happening soon. And that takes us to the last chart, and this is the chart that I had yesterday. I guess the music is a bit too loud. Even I can hear the music. So this is the chart I was recording yesterday about, Javiera Carolina, also one of the followers of this channel, sent me this idea on Telegram. By the way, let me just tell you guys the message here for Telegram. The URL is on the screen. So guys, if you want to join the Telegram group, just follow this link, follow this URL here, join our Telegram group. We are growing each day more. We have more and more people, and you will be able to discuss with me and many more people there about Bitcoin and different stuff. So let's see if you enjoyed the Telegram group. Of course, also there is sorry, I lost my train of thought here. So if you want, of course, if you want to make some requests for my videos during the week, from Monday to Friday, I have recorded videos. On Saturdays, I do the live stream. But in any case, if you want to make some requests, you have to join the Telegram group and discuss them there. And probably if there are really interesting proposals to address some topics, I will address them on the videos. So don't forget, join the Telegram group, and I will be there, except if I'm sleeping, recording, or live streaming. I will be there and talk Bitcoin with you guys, among other stuff also. So don't forget that. And this is, you can always rewind, and the ticker will be there also with this URL if you need it later. Okay. So the last chart, this was a really interesting pattern that Javiera Carolina sent us on the Telegram group, and she found out this double bottom here, which we could have actually be replicating right now in a bigger scale. This was a very interesting thing. I also saw this, you know, kind of like Wyckoff distribution top like something style here, which is very similar to this one here. And then we had this big drop in price. Of course, by those levels, this was a big drop because we went from 12,300 to 9,800. So it was a big drop for those levels, for those prices. And we had a big drop, then we had a big drop here, then we had accumulation, which is this part here, then we had accumulation here, and then we started to go up again, retracement, or up again, retracement. So actually it's really funny, because if you look at this chart, if it's like you zoom it in here, and you can actually see the same kind of pattern. So this was a really interesting thing from Javiera, and I was really pleased that she sent us this on Telegram. Okay, so let's go back to my face. I know you prefer the charts, guys, I know that, but in any case, let's see me for a while also. Hey, we have Majis here today. He just arrived and he asks, did I miss much? You missed the entire stream, man. This is almost over. Let's see, all. Did I miss much? Yes, you did, man. Hey, everyone, this is Magis. He's an OG of this channel also. He has been here since the start. Great guy, but sometimes he oversleeps, and I guess, I guess he overslept today again. You just lost a big chunk of the stream, I guess about 1 hour and 10 minutes already. I was almost finalizing. But in any case, there's really good information today, Magis, about the way I use the Fibonacci retracement tool and why do I have those red and green levels there. So Paulo was asking me, just to summarize a bit, Paulo was asking me why do I have those configurations and how do I do it. So I had a really nice introduction to the Fibonacci retracement tool that I recommend you rewind the video and you watch that. It will be very interesting if you are interested in those levels. Of course. So let's see. Yeah, of course you will. Yeah. So Majis will rewind, my friend. Yeah, I guess so. And we'll have really nice information there. And thank you for at least coming, join us on the stream. So let's see. Let's have a few more questions, guys. And I don't want to make it very long because you guys know already. If someone goes on YouTube and sees a live stream that took like 2 or 3 hours, no one watches that. But if this is about 1 hour, 1 hour and a half, people still see it, still watch the stream, even you know, when this is over. So let's try to keep it under 1 hour and 30 minutes. So any more questions here? Let's see. Nope, I guess there are no mentions. So let's see. Hey, I'm here too, Sir Ripske. I guess I never saw you on the stream, so I'm glad you are here. Welcome, and I hope you enjoy it. I'm sorry that I don't have the time to analyze any other coins today. Sorry guys, I know that some of you would like me to analyze, you know, Cardano and stuff like that. But it's already, the stream is already 1 hour, 25 minutes long. I want to keep it under 1 hour 30. So we are just ending. If you have any more questions that I can just answer on screen without looking at any charts, we will, you know, wrap it up soon. So let's see a few more questions here. Oops, sorry. Sometimes I just scroll too much this chats window. You should cut the section about the Fibonacci tool and make it an instructional video. Yeah, that's a good idea. Actually, that's a good idea. Maybe I will do it as one of the, you know, I was planning to do this playlist where, you know, like the basics of trading, how to start trading and stuff like that, how to get into crypto, probably, because many people tell me, especially my friends, my personal friends tell me, look, I love your channel, but it's very hard for me because I never got around how to start everything, how to get into crypto first and then start to trade. So for me, it's very advanced, but I would like to see some content about how to start everything from scratch. I will probably think about this, about creating a playlist where, you know, something like, you know, how to start crypto or how to get into crypto. And then after that, probably have the basics of trading, stuff like that. You know, just a few episodes, like a playlist where you can have like 10 episodes there. And then you learn how to register yourself into an exchange, how to transfer money to the exchange, how to get your money back to the bank, stuff like that. Very simple stuff that people tell me, look, I don't know how to do anything like this, so how could I trade if I don't even know how, where to go to register myself to, you know, to have an exchange and buy some coins. So that would be interesting, and this falls into that kind of, you know, a bit more advanced as compared to how to register yourself to an exchange. But in any case, you know, this falls into that category of how to do it, or why I do it, or something like that. So that's interesting. Any more questions? Hey, Javier, you are here, but you just got here when we were almost... Javier, hey, Javier, today we have someone watching the stream that came from a much bigger distance from you, from Japan, and Javier is from Chile, so we have opposite sides of the world watching the stream. That's great. I love you guys here, and I always love to help you anytime I can. I'm sorry that we are just trying to wrap up this stream today, but you are still here. It's nice of you. However, there's really good information, Javier. If you want to rewind the video, there's good information at the start. Paulo was very active today asking questions, very good questions, by the way. And one of them is why and how do I use those Fibonacci levels, the green and red levels. And if you want to look at that, it's very interesting. So I guess you will learn some nice things if you watch that segment. But of course, you can just rewind, watch the live stream again. This is just, you know, we are just trying to wrap up, but you can just watch it in today or tomorrow, whenever you want. Hey, let's see. So we have another one here. Hi there, Vitor Silva. I guess it's also the first time you are here, so be very welcome. I really enjoy to welcome nice, you know, new people to the stream, and nice people too, of course. Hi there. What is your opinion on H-Bar? They have very high-profile members on the governance, but we don't hear a lot about future projects. Do you believe they are hiding their cards? I'm sorry, I don't know anything about this. I never heard about H-Bar, so if anyone else on the chat knows about this, maybe they can answer. I never checked any kind of this, you know, stuff. Let's see. For new folks that never had a brokerage account, I recommend Swan, Strike, or Cash App. Yeah, Swan is nice, but you can't have it in Europe. Even Strike, I don't know if it's open to Europe already. But yeah, if you live in the United States, of course, Magis is right. Swan, Strike, Cash App, all those apps are easier to use. Yeah, but PayPal, I guess you cannot move your coins out of PayPal still. I guess if you buy Bitcoin on PayPal, you cannot move it from PayPal to, let's say, a hardware wallet or an exchange or something like that. But regarding Swan, Strike, Cash App, I guess those don't work in Europe yet. Strike was talking about bringing it to Europe, but I don't know if this will happen soon, so let's see. So guys, let's see. Do you want to ask me any more questions? Do you want to say anything else? Let's discuss any topic really quickly, or do you want to wrap up for the day and continue with our lives? Because, you know, probably many of you will be sleeping soon with such a long stream. I never know if this is the right music, background music level that I should use, you know, the 20 or minus 20 or minus 25 dBs. You guys don't tell me anything. You don't tell me if the sound, if the background music is very loud or not. But I hope you were able to hear me during the stream without loud music. So, okay. So I guess we will wrap it up because, you know, everyone is tired of me already and you have reasons for that. So let's see. Okay, guys, let me just one last time. If you want to, let's see. If you want to join the Telegram group, and you know, of course, that that's the only way to directly interact with me when I'm not live streaming or doing anything else on YouTube, you can join the Telegram group. You can interact with me directly and many more people. And also, this is the way for you to request something that you want to see addressed on the videos. So here it is, the link that you can use to join our group on Telegram. So please do it. We will be waiting for you and we will be very welcome there. So that's it. I will also put the ticker back on. Of course, you can still see it if that's the case until we wrap up everything here. So let's see. Any more questions, guys, that you want me to address? No, I guess not. Oh, finally someone told me that the sound level is fine right now. I don't know if it's fine now or if it was fine at the beginning of the stream, because I believe I lowered it a bit during the, you know, halfway to the end of the stream. This was a bit louder before, but I guess if you guys can hear me okay, that's fine. So no problem. Paulo is also saying it was okay. And Magis is already saying goodbye. So guys, please, if you really enjoyed this stream today, just gently touch the like button as usual. Bichimoku was not here today, but he was the one introducing this phrase since day one of this channel. Gently touch the like button. Subscribe to the channel, of course, so you get notified. Don't forget the notification bell so that you get notified every time I start a live stream or upload a video. And of course, I know you guys love it. Let's just give you guys also the wise words as usual that I also use on the recorded videos.
All right, let's roll. Hey, let's be careful out there.
Exactly, guys. Let's roll and let's be really careful out there. Yep. Just remove this here. Let's roll. Let's be really careful out there in the markets. And of course, I will see you Monday on the next video. So until then, thank you very much for watching the stream today, and I will see you Monday. Bye-bye.